Hey guys, welcome back to Hawkeye Skunk Works, and yeah, today I'm going to we're getting in the car, we're heading out to the farm, do some bow hunting. It's Saturday afternoon, and my car says it's 68 degrees out. Still 10 degrees warmer than I would like, but whatever, it is nice out. So, after the last few videos featuring my Explorer, I know I had said I would do a video on what all I've done to my Explorer and why I actually bought this particular vehicle. And so that's what we're going to talk about today real quick. So I don't even really know where to begin. I've had this car for 2.5 years. Before it, I had a 97 F250 light duty. You get 4 guys out there will know what I'm talking about. It was like a beefed up F150. It's had bigger axles, had a bigger transmission pan, and heavier duty rear leaf springs, mildly. And that was basically what it is. They later changed it a couple years later to the F150 heavy duty instead of the 250 light duty. Anyway, before that I had 2-door Explorer. Before that I had a lifted Bronco 2. We can talk all about that stuff later. Anyway, I sold the truck because it was only a 3-door. We were having another kid, so I knew I wanted to get an SUV. I decided that I wanted 3rd row seating. At the time we had a 19-foot little ski boat. I knew I wanted a V8 so we could pull the boat, and so actually those options right there, SUV, 4-door, or SUV, 3rd row seating, V8, really limited my options. You know, I had a budget that was about $4 or $5 grand, and that was, you know, if I bought something that needed to have tires on it or any work on it at the time. What other vehicles was I considering? Well, I was also considering like the same year range Yukon, not an XL, and not a Tahoe, because a Tahoe is a Chevy, and I'm not a big Chevy fan, but a Yukon is a GMC. And I also was thinking about Grand Cherokee in that year range, a V8 one. I looked at some Toyota Sequoias, which I definitely could not afford with anything that had reasonable miles on it. And I looked at, what else did I look at? Land Rover Discoveries. I love those things, I really do. But again, I couldn't find one that was close to me that, you know, was the colors and mileage and the year. There's very specific years that you want to get on those. Again, like the early 2000s, it's a 4.5 liter V8. It's been a long time since I've looked into those. Side note, I definitely should have bought one of those, because since then values on those things have gone up, and values on this Explorer, which I knew they would, have gone down. But although I have noticed they're starting to come back a little bit, I'm not real sure why that is. Not anything nearly what I would want to get out of this thing if I were going to sell it. But anyway, so yeah, there was, you know, the Yukon, the Jeep. I looked into tried to like quad cab late 90s, early 2000s F-150s. Here in the Rust Belt, I couldn't find anything that was in my price bracket that was appropriate mileage and, you know, good enough, you know, body condition. So I feel like there was something else that I looked into, but yeah, the 3rd row and the V8 really knocked down the choices. I'm not getting a minivan. I always said that if I need to haul that many people, I'll have an SUV. That's why the good Lord invented 3rd row seating in SUVs. I've always been a Ford guy. I honestly don't know why. My family's not a Ford family, and just kind of ended up being that way. So I focused on the 3rd gen Explorer, and I ended up finding this one. It's a 02 4.6 liter V8. It had leather, which I wanted, and not because I'm like hoity-toity with leather, I've just found that with leather, if you spill stuff on it or get it dirty, you can just wipe it off. It doesn't like stain as bad as cloth, and yeah, to me it is more comfortable than cloth. So it had a sunroof that I wanted, you know, 4-wheel drive obviously. I said 3rd row seating. The V8 Explorers came with 373 gears and a limited slip rear end, which I knew that I really wanted in anything. If you've ever had a vehicle that had limited slip and you've had vehicles that don't, you can never go back. So, and knowing me, I would put bigger tires on it, which helps to have the 373 gears. So yeah, that's what I ended up with. I didn't want the tan interior. It's green with gray. I would have preferred one that didn't have the body cladding, but I don't even think you can get a V8 one that doesn't have the stupid molding on it. I would have preferred a black or white or silver, but green's not too bad. And yeah, I found this one a couple hours away on Craigslist. I ended up paying $3,000, $3,100, something like that. It needed tires, which was fine because, like I said, I would want to put bigger tires on it. Anyway, that's actually 2 sets of tires ago. Not because I wore them out, just because I changed them. So yeah, I mean, I've said before, I know this is not the most hardcore, most capable off-road vehicle ever built, but I knew it would suit my needs. And you know, since then I've done a lot of stuff that we'll talk about in another video, but as you can imagine, you know, brakes and ball joints and bushings and just things like that, normal wear and tear maintenance I've done, which I'm a stickler on any new to me used vehicle that I buy. And I've got no complaints, yellow light, about this thing really at all. I really want to get into some of the performance stuff that I've done to it, you know, just to improve the overall, but we're going to save that for another video. But yeah, anyway, if you've got any questions, I know I've talked to some Explorer guys. I talked to them a lot online. I talked to a guy up at the dunes. If you've got any questions, please feel free, comment below. Find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter. You know, you can even email me, hawkeyeskunkworks@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about vehicles. And yeah, we're getting close to the farm. I'm probably going to switch over to a different camera and take some footage for another hunting video. And as usual, thanks for stopping by. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. Have a great day.